Hello, game changers. My name is Aaron Ross. We're gonna break the fuck out of Kickstarter.
Hey guys, what's up? Newton here. I'm here with Aaron Ross. He just launched a Kickstarter called The AngelBlood Chronicles of Mystique. What's up, Aaron?
What's up, Newton, man? Thank you for inviting me over, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Tell me about the comic book, how it got started, the background story, and all of that.
AngelBlood is something that I've been working on for the last 15 years or so. It started off as just a tabletop role-playing game. And as I was building up the world and, doing all the world building and everything for the game, I had this thought that I could take a lot of these stories and everything and convert them into comic books or graphic novels, turn them into a series.
All right, cool. So here we have your page. Here's the video. Let's take a quick look at the video.
Hello, game changers. My name is Aaron Ross. We're gonna break the fuck out of Kickstarter.
Okay, so just to go back to what you said before, you mentioned this in the video. You already have a tabletop game for AngelBlood, right?
Yes, sir. We had a successful Kickstarter campaign for that in 2017. The on top of just being a game and being able to have fun and play the game, one of the major perks in playing the game and submitting those session notes to me so that I could turn them into a comic series or a graphic novel series is that everything that happens in your story is canon into the world. So the creators or the players, they actually maintain ownership of their characters. And again, everything that happens in their story becomes canon into the world. So players, it's necessary to read the comics and make sure that you are paying attention to what is happening in certain sections of the world so that you can stay in line with that and reference it if you cross paths with those characters and whatnot. So it's a giant living, breathing campaign, but it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't grow unless people are playing it, and it doesn't grow unless people are telling those stories, and that's what I want to do. A lot of times, the players that I've met out here, they have great stories and they have great characters, or there's a premise behind the character, they just don't know how to form it and shape it, and that's what AngelBlood is there for. As far as the game notes in the game sessions, everybody starts at the same time. So everyone starts January 1st, 2153. That is the date that everybody's character awakens. And everybody has 10 years in game to do whatever it is that they need to do. If, get whatever superpowers you want to get, level your character up, tell the story that you need to tell, you only got 10 years. So the point of it, you're telling the character's last hoorah before Armageddon happens.
Oh, okay. So I see. So what you're doing is you're creating a story, right, and building the foundation, the world. And people are playing this tabletop game, and they're adding their stories, and you're taking their stories and making it canon into your story.
Correct. So
I see.
So the idea is the stories that the players tell, they are essentially like the rough draft, like the first rough draft, like the outline of their story. When they send their session notes to me, I turn those session notes into a script.
Okay, I see. That's a real interesting concept. So fans of AngelBlood get to actually, and players of the tabletop game get to actually participate in the storytelling of AngelBlood.
Yep, and they actually their characters become part of the world, legitimately.
Okay, nice. So you're I guess you're the gatekeeper. You keep track of all the storylines and whatnot.
Right.
So that's
essentially one of the things I've said, and I had this analogy pop up, and it kind of made it a little easier for people to understand. So imagine if Stan Lee, when he started Marvel, instead of like just creating all the characters himself and creating the universe himself, imagine if there was like a game that he made first and then he put it out into the world. So then he created like one or two characters, but then if you played a game and you came up with the character Iron Man and you wrote out Iron Man's story or what Iron Man was, you sent it to Stan Lee and he was like approved. And then he started writing Iron Man comics. Like that's essentially how AngelBlood works. You create whatever character you want and send in the story, and then I take care of it from there.
Wow, that's a really interesting concept. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm not sure if it's ever been done, but that's really unique.
It's been, I think it was attempted with the role playing game. I believe it was Vampires the Masquerade, like the publishers for that game. I believe that they attempted to do it. And I know that there have been graphic novels and stories told from RPGs or from role playing sessions for a long time. Like a lot of people make jokes about, the Lord of the Rings series being a tabletop role playing game session. I firmly believe it. And there have been some, and then there's another graphic novel. It's a very popular graphic novel called Dragonlance, and that was based on Dungeons and Dragons sessions. So it has been done. The only thing that I think then the reason why it has not worked is because, or it hasn't worked in the past, is because when you're telling these stories, like they are reaching out to artists that are established, and the amount of money it costs to generate these high end and high impact and extremely high artistic value graphic novels and comics is very expensive. And then they don't have the fan base or the following behind it to pay for the production. And that's where I think the AngelBlood system is going to work, because we're not going after the established artists. I do care about art quality, but I'm not looking for the best artwork in the world. I want to give an opportunity to somebody who wants to do this, as a profession. And I would much rather, give them an opportunity and have them make a comic early on than, tell them to go back and, stick with their 9 to 5 and practice and doodle and stuff in their spare time. I want to give them an opportunity to shine right now. And I think that's where we differentiate, but I also think that that's where we're going to succeed.
That's great. I like that a lot. Just providing opportunities for people who need it. That's awesome. That's part of what indie's about, because everyone has to start from somewhere, and the independent route is one of the best routes that you can take.
Yep.
So here we have the cover of AngelBlood, right?
Yeah.
So who's the artist?
The artist for that cover is Curtis. I want to say his last name, Curtis Newell. And he's a young illustrator from Detroit, Michigan. And he has a web series or a web comic series that he's doing on a regular basis now.
So did Curtis do the interior too?
No. The interior of the book is illustrated by Gaspar Sabater. I've been working with Gaspar pretty much since I moved out to Houston. And we've been working together for the last 5 years now. And he did all of the work inside of the book. And Gaspar is a hell of an illustrator, and he does an amazing job.
So here we have the guys who created the comic books. Aaron Ross, that's you, of course.
Yep.
And the cover.
My big head, my big round head.
Then we have Curtis Newell, who did the cover, and the graphic design future creator. So Anika
McPherson, yeah. Anika McPherson has been a very close friend of mine for over a decade.
All right, so we have a featured illustrator, um, Gaspar de Sabater.
Yeah, that's Gaspar. That is my man right there, bro. I love Gaspar. He's been so patient with me, and he's worked with me, like I said, for the last 5 years now, bro. Like, that's a good man right there. He's a good dude.
Is there a tier that has the tabletop game?
Yes. So in the that one that you're passing by right now, the deluxe digital game changer pack, they can get backers at that level can get a copy of the a PDF copy of the game through the email, so you can get an electronic copy. And then there is I believe it's the platinum print pack where you can get a copy of the actual game book and the comic.
Okay, so this is the game book right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool. So this is the platinum print pack where you get both the comic book and the game book for the tabletop.
You get the first volume of the AngelBlood Chronicles of Mystique, and you get the game book along with all the digital content and our game changer cards.
Okay, cool.
And the Ring of Karma, like I want to take a minute and talk about the Ring of Karma, because I'm very excited about the Ring of Karma. So there is a tier, there's an early bird tier pledge is going on right now for joining the Ring of Karma, and essentially what that does, it's going to allow me to show the Kickstarter audience and everybody else how the process behind playing the game and making a comic. So it's a maximum of 10 people that are going to be allowed. And in the middle of the campaign, between day 10 and day 20, we are going to have game sessions every day. And I mean, they're going to be small game sessions. They're only going to be probably about 20 or 30 minutes or so. But in those sessions, people are going to be able to create their own character. We're going to keep track of everything that happens in those game sessions. And I've already commissioned an artist. He sent me the cover for that, and he's going to be the one that draws up the comic short. So everything that happens in those game sessions from the Ring of Karma is going to be illustrated out and put as a bonus at the back of the book in the AngelBlood Chronicles of Mystique, so people can actually see what it is that we're talking about when we're talking about, you play the game and then we make a comic. It's going to be pretty much like a live demo on how it happens, and I'm very excited for that. I think I don't think it's ever been done before.
All right, Aaron. Thanks for joining. I learned a lot more about your project, and thanks for sharing. This has been awesome. Like I said, a really unique project. I hope that you're funded soon, because this is definitely something unique, man.
I appreciate that, Newton, man. Thank you for the opportunity to share and present. And I'm wishing you well, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to get together and collab on something soon, man.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to make Crescent City Monsters a tabletop game too. All right, man. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Peace.